Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and WTIM TV YouTube. Brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. And People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. On the phone, well, I have registered dietitian with the St. Louis Dairy Council, Kelsey Bentledge. And, well, with the fall season here, we can expect a lot of change in weather as you gear up for cooler temperatures. Comfort food always sounds enjoyable at this time of year. However, want to make sure you're cooking new and choosing nutritious meals to prepare at home. And of course, Kelsey Bentledge is here to tell us all about it. Kelsey, how are you this morning?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you, Avery?
I'm doing fantastic. So tell me, what are some of the nutritional benefits to family mealtime and cooking meals at home?
Yes. So those family meals at home are so important. They provide healthier meals with a little bit more variety, incorporating a ton of really nutritious ingredients. Like milk is more likely to be served at a family table. I know, at least at my house, if we are having food at home, we're also having a glass of milk. So that is providing you with those 13 essential nutrients, including calcium, vitamin D, for those strong and healthy bones and teeth. But children and teens that eat dinner at home also are consuming less fat and soda and fried foods and things like that, because those meals when you eat out come with the soda, come with the fries, that type of thing. So it's really just a good opportunity getting some family meal time in and getting some more nutritious foods in as well.
What other benefits can you see with those who engage in eating meals together?
So there is a ton of research actually out about this now, saying that eating together really helps to build close relationships with your children. So it's really more, it has more to do with the relationships that you're building, even so, than the nutrition aspect of it, even though, I'm a dietitian, so I love to talk about the nutrition side of things. But eating at home, it also helps save money. Students who eat at home with their families also have fewer behavioral problems, and all of that good stuff too. So it's a really good opportunity for your family to save money and also build some really good relationships with your kiddos as well.
I know you're not a behavioralist, so I'm not necessarily asking you to comment on this, but I just think it's interesting that students have fewer behavioral problems typically when they eat meals with their families. That's something I didn't ever realize. So
yeah,
go ahead.
it's a lot of research is showing both the nutrition side of it, but also the behavior side of it, which is huge. And that's also something people carry into the rest of their lives, and hopefully eventually they eat meals at home with their kids one day too. So it's really important.
I'm just kind of thinking too. I'd imagine it just speaking skills, social interaction, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. Learning those social skills and the norms of eating together and things like that as well.
That's interesting. Well, I've heard a lot about the phrase farm to table, as well as the term eating local. Those are popular buzzwords over the recent years. Why might shoppers find value in purchasing local foods when preparing nutritious meals at home?
Yeah, and October is Farm to School month too, so we talk a lot about local farm to table during the month of October, and the really great part about supporting these local farms is you get to support local family farms. They're people in your community that you are supporting. For the dairy industry, the dairy industry itself contributes to about 78,000 jobs in Missouri and 111,000 jobs in Illinois. So that's huge. So if you're buying dairy foods, you're not only supporting your local dairy farm families, but you're also supporting the milk truck driver and the one that works at a factory. So you're supporting a lot of local families there as well. So, and then also if you're buying local, the transportation cost is lower. Buying local foods really helps connect people to the food that they eat too, so that they really understand and know where their food's coming from. So there's a lot of perks to purchasing local foods.
That milk coming from those farmers, is it local?
Yes, and that is something that a lot of people don't know. So there is actually a website that you can look up the code on your milk jug and see exactly what plant it comes from and just how local it is. So it takes about, from the time the cow is milked to the time it is at the grocery store, that is about a 48-hour process. So you can kind of rest assured whatever you're picking up from the store has to be pretty local because it's not having to travel very far to get there.
That's interesting. I didn't know that there's a code. Is it like a QR code that you scan, or where do you find it on the jug?
It's printed. It's different for every jug, but it's a number code that's printed on the jug. And I do believe the website is whereismymilkfrom.com or .org, one of the two. Whereismymilkfrom.com. And you can type in that number code and see exactly where it comes from. It's kind of interesting.
Whereismymilkfrom.com. I'm making sure that's what it is. Yes, it is .com, by the way. Okay,
Yes.
you know what? Let's just, for the heck of it, let's go Taylorville and let's see what happens. I'm going to put hold on. Maybe we're going to go. Oh, it's a dairy code, not a zip code. Okay, never mind. We're going to.
Yes, it's not the zip code. It's actually on the jug. That's the code you have to use. Avery's got homework now. He's going to go home and find a code and find out where the milk's from.
I'm going to let you know about it next month. Any other ways that buying local food helps in general, not just milk, but overall?
Yes, there are tons of farms out there. I mean, right now we have pumpkins for sale that are local and apples for sale that are local. So the best part about buying local food is those foods are perfectly ripe and nutritious, and you're supporting, like I said, your local family farms and the economies as well. So usually grocery stores like to feature local produce as well. So you can always look out for signs that identify where that food comes from and whether it's local or not. And I know restaurants are really getting into this trend as well. So it's really great for our local economy, but also just to be able to know where your food comes from.
Where is the best place to purchase local food and dairy?
There are lots of places you can buy it. A lot of times it can just be at your grocery store. So you can pick, like I said, that milk that you're buying at the grocery store is local. So just your typical local grocery store will often have local foods as well. You just have to look for those labels. We also in Illinois have a ton of local creameries. There's Marcoute Creamery in Greenville, Illinois, Ludwig Creamery, Ropp Cheese. Those are all creameries in Illinois that we could buy cheese from and know exactly where it comes from. So those are some really good options as well.
Interesting. Farmers markets too, I would imagine, but I know farmers market season is winding down in October.
Yes, yeah. As the winter months come, they wind down, but that's a really good option in the summer to get those garden fresh vegetables too that are so delicious.
Well, Kelsey, anything that you'd like to emphasize that we've already talked about here before you and me take a quick time out?
Yeah, just make sure that to try out that whereismymilkfrom.com. I know Avery is going to.
As soon as I can find some dairy product with a code, I'm going to go check it out. That's registered dietitian Kelsey Bentledge with the St. Louis Dairy Council. As well, we enter October and we're talking about comfort food and cooking at home and keeping yourself nice and well nutritioned. Is that a word? Nutritioned? I think it's a word. I'm going to go with it.
I like it. I think it works.
I like it. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first.
WTIM.
Looking for a meaningful career? Kimmer Village in Assumption, Illinois can make that possible. Join our team today. We are currently hiring for community services supervisors and therapists. Check our website for position requirements. These worthwhile careers come with great benefits and a variety of schedules. Join the Kimmer Village team today. Apply online at www.kimmervillage.org/employment.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
I'm Sarah Van Huss, Assistant Vice President at People's Bank and Trust in Pana and Taylorville. People's Bank and Trust is proud of their longtime sponsorship of Taylorville High School Students of the Month on the many News Talk WTIM platforms on AM, FM, and online.
My name is Cash Forker. I am the sophomore student of the month at Taylorville High School. My extracurricular and activities are football. My interests and hobbies are being around my friends, going to football, and coming to school. My future plans are going to college and becoming a lawyer.
People's Bank and Trust congratulates these Taylorville High School Students of the Month and wishes them the best in their continued education. We put people first at People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Stay tuned at the end of every Tornado Sports broadcast on WTIM's many platforms on AM, FM, and streamed online when our announcers select the WTIM Brandon Bible Country Financial Tornado Player of the Game from that particular game. The player will be spotlighted for their great play in that game and also given a certificate honoring their accomplishment. Brandon Bible, your local country financial representative at 1305 West Spresser in Taylorville, is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Tornado Player of the Game this school year and wishes all the teams much success this school year. Go Tornadoes!
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Landmark of Taylorville, proud to bring you the stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and WTIM TV YouTube. You'll always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. I'm here on the phone with St. Louis Dairy Council registered dietitian as the fall season's here, and you can expect a change in weather. Gearing up for cooler temperatures and comfort food always sounds enjoyable, but you want to make those, well, at home if you can, choosing nutritious meals to prepare at home. Kelsey, thank you so much for being here to talk to us about this.
Thanks for having me.
So, what are some comfort food meals featuring local ingredients that are easy to prepare for, say, a Monday night?
So, a lot of different people have different versions of what a comfort food is. And really, the definition of what a comfort food is just a food that's really easy to prepare. It's delicious and also gives you that sense of home or contentment. I know here in the Midwest, casseroles are really like a staple dish. When you think of comfort food, a lot of people make casseroles because they're warm and inviting. I always think of chili this time of year when I think of comfort food. But all those ingredients that you mix in with the casseroles and the chili, like the cheeses and the sour cream and things like that, that's what really makes it welcoming and inviting and give you that sense of home.
Do you have any ideas right now for, I don't know, maybe something pretty easy for tonight? I was looking for, I don't know, something cheesy, but not too hard to make.
Yeah, so you could always do like a creamy tomato soup and then make a grilled cheese with it. That's always an easy go-to meal. It's also just quick if you have a busy night coming up as well. Or you can do, breakfast for dinner or throw together a little casserole as well. So there's lots of different comfort foods, and what your comfort food is really just depends on what you grew up on.
And comfort food doesn't have to necessarily be a lunch or dinner meal either. You can make it for breakfast too.
Absolutely. I know Saturday mornings are made for the bacon and the scrambled eggs and the biscuits and gravy comfort foods as well.
So tell me, why are dairy foods an important part of a balanced meal?
So dairy foods are extremely important because they are their own food group. We have to have 3 servings of dairy every single day. That's what's recommended by the dietary guidelines for Americans. So whether that's milk, a glass of milk with your morning breakfast, or the cheese on your casserole at supper, or yogurt for a snack, making sure you get in those 3 servings every single day. It's packed with a ton of essential nutrients, including calcium, potassium, phosphorus, protein, vitamin D. The list goes on and on and on. So there's tons of good nutrition there. We just got to be making sure we get in those 3 servings every single day.
How can you use dairy to add flavor and not only flavor, but the all important nutrition to dishes?
Yes. So if we're adding dairy, I just, rattled off all those nutrients that you're adding into your dishes at home. I talked a lot about casseroles being a popular comfort food. You're adding cheese there with a ton of good nutrition, and also just adds a ton of really good flavor too. There are so many flavors of cheese out there. There's sharp cheddar, there's mozzarella, there's Parmesan, things that have a ton of good flavor to add to your dishes. And you're also adding a lot of good nutrition too. So you can also use Greek yogurt or sour cream in recipes to get a little bit more protein in your meal, as well as making it a little more creamy as well. So there's lots of good ways to add really good nutrition to your dishes, but also just some really good flavor.
A lot of families, very busy. What are some time-saving tips to make family meals occur, even in the midst of a busy week?
Yes, and I know all about busy right now with my husband's a farmer, so he's in the field. So the biggest thing is to plan ahead, making sure that you get all the ingredients you need at the grocery store, stocking the kitchen up so that you're ready to go in a pinch. I know, like, my go-to meal in a pinch is I buy the broccoli cheddar rice and some frozen chicken and some cheddar cheese to have, shredded cheddar cheese to have in the freezer all the time, as well as some actual frozen broccoli. That way, if I don't know what I'm making, I have the ingredients already at my house and I can whip up a quick casserole. So making sure you plan ahead and then you have a backup plan too. Those are the biggest things, especially with busy weeks.
Kelsey, I know the St. Louis Dairy Council every month has their own meal, their own featured meal. Now, I don't want you to give away all the details. I want people to go check it out for themselves, but could you give me a little bit of a teaser?
Yes, so we have a broccoli cheddar soup on the menu this month. I just talked about a broccoli cheddar casserole. It must just really be on my mind, broccoli cheddar combo. But that is on www.stldairycouncil.org. It's a delicious broccoli cheddar creamy soup. And then also we post lots of good recipes and information on Facebook and Instagram as well. And that handle is at STL Dairy Council.
Sounds like broccoli cheddar soup or casserole or anything of that is your comfort food, huh?
I think so. I think that might be a good assumption.
Well, any points that you want to drive home here, Kelsey, before you go home and continue with your day?
Yes, I hope everyone enjoys their comfort foods, especially as the weather's getting colder. And just enjoy your time at home with your family, eating those home cooked meals.
And one more time, the overall importance of dairy, how much dairy we should get in our diet, etc.
We should be getting 3 servings in every day, and you can do that however works best for you, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. But making sure you get in those 3 servings a day to maintain good health and get all those good nutrients that dairy has to offer.
All right. Anything else that you'd like to say before you go here, Kelsey?
I hope everyone has a fabulous October and enjoys this wonderful weather that we've been having.
STLDairyCouncil.org. You can also follow them on Facebook and Instagram at STL Dairy Council. That's registered dietitian Kelsey Bentledge. Thank you so much, Kelsey.
Thanks for having me.
Your stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and WTIM TV YouTube, brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark, and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. You can also listen to WTIM online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. You can also listen on the WTIM app for your smart device, or tell your smart speaker, play WTIM. A big thank you to Kelsey Bentledge with the St. Louis Dairy Council.
WTIM.